Hi everybody, this is Karak with Angry Centaur Gaming. So there was a lot of word going around that The Witcher 3 saw some sort of de-evolution or some type of downgrade in the last trailer, the trailer that was shown at the Game Awards. So I've taken that trailer and I've gone ahead and uploaded it, and we're going to go through it right now. Some sections people saw some low textures and low polygons, and right about here. So here is one of the first spots people noticed issues. They had issues with the armor, the cloth, and the fence. The fence is definitely low resolution. Now, the easiest way to think of a low definition texture is a texture that has less visual data than it needs for where it is placed within the video game itself and within the picture. Now, here I did notice one thing, and that's that the cloth on this guy's arm is definitely low resolution. Very low. It doesn't surprise me. That's just, I mean, they made a trailer. Maybe somehow that didn't get into the, list of things to improve and fix. But yes, that is low resolution for sure. Though that might be true, I'm also under the opinion that maybe we didn't see some of these areas in the other trailers, so maybe it's not a downgrade at all. And in fact, at least what I'm seeing right here, I really like. He turns towards the camera here in a moment, has a very cool, little look of despair on his face. You see his eyes searching like he's having a hard time believing what he just saw. So none of this, aside from maybe the clothing there, looks a little bit low res. I think all this part looks fine. Now we're going to come to a moment where I think people might have thought something weird was going on, but it's fairly normal, and that's those rocks shrinking. Let me show you that again. Now, what's going on here, it could be a mixture of different things. It could be some kind of polygon collision. It could also just be the fact that there's a transparency flattening down those rocks when the clipping basically occurs between the polygons of the hoof and the actual ground. There's no downgrade there. There's not like there's any kind of glitch going on. That would happen in almost any game you would see right now. However, here in a moment, you do have the first bit that is a little bit different, and that is the introduction of the fairly low-res steel boot. That is low-res. All low resolution means is simply that the resolution of the texture doesn't really match the overall area itself, and you can't see the detail you would expect. And so it pops. It's sort of easier to see. The ground itself here is also low. However, the ground, we don't know if this is a playable area anyway, so just because the trailer shows him getting off a horse at this location doesn't actually mean that this particular texture is used in the game. So either one, it's not really that worrisome. Now again, remember, I'm not necessarily nitpicking these, I'm just posting out bits because so many people had complained when they saw this trailer and had so many issues with it. Again, I think everything here looks fine. I mean, sure, it's not super hyper detailed. Now, people did have issues with this guy's armor and with the shawl, just basically with a lot on this character. And you know what? There are some bits that are low res. The shawl itself is technically low res, and the hair in particular doesn't look that good. So people are, you can see it right there. I'm not even quite sure if it's hair or if it's some kind of matted bits. It's difficult to tell since it's supposed to be a skeleton. So it's hard to actually tell. I think the real question is, should we be worried about something like that? Should it bother us? And to be honest, what I'm seeing right now, to me, it's not something to get worried about. You know, there were people who pointed out some really good bits, some parts where the textures were different, but when it's a trailer, I have no clue if that character, if those characters will be playable in the game, and exactly where they are, if that will matter. Here you've got the main character. He looks totally fine, though a little bit stiff-lipped. It's something that I would worry about later on, when I actually get to see the game. Trailers are so difficult. I mean, in the past, we were always pissed about bullshit trailers when, textures were too high and all that stuff. And now we're freaking out when people don't use super high textures. And, either side, you really can't win. So I think, in all honesty, it's one of those games where this is going to be seen as believing, and seen is experiencing, and it's something that maybe we shouldn't probably freak out about so much, at least right now, and just let them make their game. That, to me, makes more sense. You know me, I do not give any excuses to developers, but I believe that what these guys are trying to do, and their desire to get a good game, and their decision to delay it, means that they're going out there and they're really trying. And all this stuff right here looks great. I mean, there's absolutely nothing bad about this. It looks really good. It looks really enjoyable. That kind of stuff looks awesome. I love the different bits of the fire there, and that you can tell the different temperatures by the different colors. These guys all flying back. You know, that's great, man. That's the way to sell a trailer. And if there's a couple low-res textures, I'm not going to lose sleep about it, assuming the entire game has seen, you know, a giant low-res downgrade. So, and looking at this part, as I like to call, you know, the wolf riding, it's a very cool scene. Everybody just, basically, I think they're chasing that girl. It looks really good. It looks great. And this back in the snow, you know, that guy, I think, in all honesty, everybody, I think the guy just doesn't lend himself to the greatest textures in the world. I mean, he's a lot of white and grays with snow. You know, I don't know. Maybe they have an issue with one of their shaders, and snow just doesn't look that good when it's on steel. That is possible. That can make a game look like shit if somebody doesn't have the best shader in the world and hasn't written it well. So, but look at this. Everybody fighting, sword swinging, zooming around. I'm telling you, I don't know about you guys, but so far what I'm seeing, it totally looks fine. Well, okay. The grass right there doesn't really look like grass. It looks like a 2D texture, but we're looking down at it from directly at the top. But I'd like to hear what you guys think. You know, everybody was freaking out saying it was a downgrade. I've looked at it. I've seen what looks like bits and pieces that are different in this trailer, but since we don't know what part's playable, what these characters are, if it's going to end up like that in the game, I just really can't say that I personally see it as a downgrade. I don't know. What about you? So if you do, pop off in the comments. I'd like to hear what you think. Otherwise, for me, I'm still stoked to see The Witcher Wild Hunt, and I'm glad they delayed it a little bit. Let them, you know, let them work on it. Let it get better. That, to me, makes more sense than releasing it early. So that's it. If you liked the video, hit like. If you disliked it, hit dislike. Peace out.